It is the Viper v MBL. We are doing this one live. This is Goths v Goths. I'm pretty sure they picked random mirror civs. We are on Arabia. Viper coming in at 2200, MBL coming in at 2300. We watched the Viper play a couple of games versus Mahori just now, and sort of is working off the rust after a somewhat long hiatus, about a month of relative inactivity from the Viper. The Viper is now ready to take on the best of the best, at least according to Vubli, is MBL. According to me as well. Love me some MBL. MBL here is going to be in green playing as Goths. He will have an interesting map. He'll have a map that's incredibly wallable. You can see that he could block off this side. He'll have a back pocket if he does so. Back berries, 2 back gold piles could certainly block off here as well. And I think MBL is going to be sitting pretty with a very nice map to go. Maybe fast castle with, but why speculate? We'll get there soon. On the other side, we will see the Viper in blue. This is the battle for Norway, I suppose. Viper is going to have a less good map, at least based on his wood line. His wood line is going to be here on the front and a little bit in a little bit of a weird spot. Secondary gold on the front, primary gold to the side. Deer patch over here, but no real ability to close that right side in for the Viper. Viper also could close the front, I guess. I guess he could close that. It's a pretty aggressive wall, but could do it with buildings over time. And the left flank is actually relatively open for the Viper as well. So the Viper is going to be open. MBL could certainly close his map if he desires. I believe MBL has a pretty major advantage as far as the map goes, but that's just me. MBL will put 4 on wood, and maybe we'll see him drush and wall up behind his drush and then fast castle. That would be seemingly a winning strategy, at least in my opinion. But guess what? We will wait to see this one play out. We'll see if the Viper is rusty or if he is ready to reclaim the throne from MBL. Guess he'll have to win several times to reclaim the throne. But you get it. I'm just trying to hype it up, people. Don't get upset. Anyway, yeah, so these players just working through the Dark Age. Viper will come out and build a little bit of a makeshift wall, or at least the beginnings of one across the front. On MBL's side, let's see, what's the scouting look like? He's really just scouting his side. Also indicative, maybe indicative of a pretty defensive play here. MBL knows exactly where he needs to put his walls up in order to protect his side. Has to be very happy with this map, and you can see he's revealing every single panel. I don't know if he's looking for sheep anymore or if he's just now trying to figure out where those walls go. Yeah, I guess there's a few sheep here on the front. Anyway, we continue to work our way through the Dark Age here. Welcome back to the Viper. Glad to have the Viper here. Oh, almost lost a Vil there. But almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, I suppose. Viper will kill his boar outside of the TC, but he needed to save that Vil. That Goth extra bonus on the boar is sometimes a difficult thing to manage with your boar lure. And the Viper will have a minor disadvantage, at least a little bit less efficient gathering. He'll have a lot more information about MBL's side since MBL just found his last 2 sheep. The Viper will be running in on MBL quite soon. Does not look like he's going to intercept these sheep. Could have, should have, and would have, but sometimes fate does not have it in the cards. Viper is, you know what, he might still grab those sheep. He's running around the horn. Maybe if he runs through here, Anyway, always interested to see a sheep steal, but MBL is now coming into the Viper's side. He's going to figure out just exactly how bad his opponent's map is. MBL must be salivating at the mouth right now. Seeing that the Viper has... Soon he will be seeing that the Viper has a really tricky map. Tricky map for the Viper. Let's see, does MBL walk right over to that deer patch? Yes, indeed he does. Viper will grab loom on 20 Vils. Maybe in time to click up relatively soon. Yep, he'll be able to click up. MBL has very low food because he is drushing. MBL has grabbed some stone by the looks of it. How much stone has he grabbed? Oh no, he hasn't. He's running out to grab the stone. Queued up 1 militia. So he will grab that, the 10 gold, and he will build his 3 militia drush, grab loom, and do it. Maybe a drush fast castle here. I think it's going to work well for him. We will see how masterful the Viper's drush defense truly is. He's going to have 2 on gold right away is the Viper, which is interesting to see since he is on the way up to Feudal. He has not built a barracks yet, but maybe he will defend this drush with some men-at-arms. I don't know. Why am I speculating? MBL doing some good scouting. The Viper is also scouting out that drush. He's going to follow it all the way home. and be ready for it when it gets there. What's he going to be ready for it with? Pretty much just villagers at this point. Hasn't even started building a barracks that I can see. So the Viper has not built a barracks yet, which is interesting, but he will. Yep, there's going to go. He can certainly block in his wood line here. Can do that with a few more houses, I suppose, or some palisades. Looks like he's going to walk out and do that right now. So the Viper's going to block in his side against this drush. His wood line will be safe. These villagers out on the deer, though, are another story. They are going to be a little bit exposed. They're going to be a lot of bit exposed. Just so much green in between them and the TC. They're going to take this fight on the front for the moment. The Viper will get his scout into the mix. And I think he's queuing up militia to go men-at-arms. Yep, we'll see. At least for now, though, he's going to lose that Vil. So MBL with an incredibly effective, at least so far, his drush has been very effective. Pushing the Viper off of his mill, off of his deer. MBL's going to go ahead and lame those deer as well. Nope. Is he? He was walking over to lame it, but he's not going to. He's going to focus on the scout. So the Viper keeping MBL interested. He now has 3 militia of his own, which he can pop out whenever he chooses. MBL can walk in here, but it is a trap, and he knows it. If he walks in on those Vils, he's going to get trapped. That is at least how it looks for now. MBL with a 3 villager advantage. How did that happen so quickly? Viper idle on his stone at the moment. Does seem like he may go with... he's going to go men-at-arms. It may actually go with some towers as well. Pretty aggressive early stone mining there from the Viper. 3 Vils. One of them is idle, which is not ideal at all for the Viper. Don't know why the Viper's playing as blue. He doesn't win as blue. He only wins as yellow. Anyway, men-at-arms working their way across, and they are going to effectively neutralize that drush. Viper is now going forward with 5 villagers and militia. One men-at-arms so far, more to come. Men-at-arms on the back are doing a good job to chase down this drush, and they will eventually kill it. That scout is still in play, but he is he's a little bit lower on HP than Viper's. Looks like 30 to 32. So Viper is going to come forward with Vils, and he has to make this play. It's a bit of a gamble. It's a bit of that hole, but he won't have to. MBL's open on the top side as well. He has built a early outpost and a watchtower to defend that area, but the Viper is now coming in with men-at-arms. So the Viper is going to do a little bit of a tower creep here. It's really the only play that he has to keep his own side safe. He's just so darn open. I'll even say he's so damn open. He's going to have 3 villagers on stone versus MBL will be able to continuously build towers by the looks of it. MBL will have a defensive tower of his own. Nice quick walling there to block that in. That should be able to keep a watchful eye on his wood line here. More men-at-arms in for the Viper. He now has 5, but there are that he has to keep his own side safe. He's just so darn open. I'll even say he's so damn open. He's going to have 3 villagers on stone versus MBL will be able to continuously build towers by the looks of it. MBL will have a defensive tower of his own. Nice quick walling there to block that in. That should be able to keep a watchful eye on his wood line here. More men-at-arms in for the Viper. He now has 5, but there are 4 archers here from MBL, and he should be able to win this just fine. Villagers acting as a meat shield, archers quickly taking down those men-at-arms. The Viper for the moment is up by 3 Vils, but MBL has killed those men-at-arms. However, the Viper is still streaming them in, and he's still creeping forward with towers. This tower is within range of the previous, so they are in series at the moment. They may all actually be in series, but I think this one might be just out. Viper's going to drop another tower, and he may creep in on MBL, so the Viper is looking really... This is a really good game from him on such a bad map. MBL, I think, is still in a decent position. I think that he played the better early game, but, you know, at the moment, he needs to find a way to push this back. Let's see. Yeah, MBL's going to push this back in the Castle Age by the looks of it. At the moment, he has quite a bit of food. Will hopefully, for his sake, grab a little bit more gold and then click up. He's still spending a little bit of gold here and there to build more archers. Gonna try to slow down the tower creep long enough to get up to the Castle Age and push this back, but we've seen this story before. At least in the past, Viper's towers in a pretty crazy earlier game we did in the Lamer Mode series. We saw the Viper's towers really, they were too much for MBL. But look at this, MBL's going to quickly palisade in a lot of that area. He didn't finish it, but he could. He could finish it. For the moment, his archers are up on the hill, and it looks like the Viper will... What will he do? He will maybe run in on this watchtower and try to finish it. Nope, he's going to drop a quick house. Viper's coming on the other side, though. 2 more Vills and 3 men-at-arms as well is going to tower creep on the other side, and he's going to find that MBL did not close down that little patch of land, that little tiny patch. I wonder if the Viper will even look or if he'll drop a tower first. For the moment, he's just going to chop on some trees. Big clusterfuck on the front. Viper is actually losing that in a way. He's lost a villager there. MBL has walled him away from his watchtower, which was almost completed, but is not going to be completed, at least for some time. Mining camp coming for MBL. Viper going to continue to creep on the other side with towers, and he's going to send the men-at-arms in, which is, yeah, it's okay, but MBL's there with archers and ready. They may grab a Vill, maybe even 2, but I don't know how much more they'll be able to get done. Maybe a couple of low HP, yeah, pretty darn low HP villager here from MBL. Viper is, at least for the moment, going to chase that archer, which is not ideal. He's going to lose these men-at-arms. I don't think he's going to, yeah, he got one or two more units there, but in the end, he's going to lose it all. MBL is going to drop a market and will soon be clicking up, soon-ish, you know, has some food built up. The Viper's not too far, though, either. Both players could click up relatively quickly. The Viper is going to have 4 idols there, at least for the moment. He's going to rush down that palisade from MBL, and he's going to finish his watchtower. So the Viper doing a little quick math and realizing that that wall did not have very many HP, knocks it down quickly, and all of a sudden the tower creep on the other side is starting to look a little bit more effective. The towers on the front are at least annoying MBL and keeping his villagers busy. You can see the Viper is there repairing, popping villagers out to repair once in a while, keeping MBL on the back foot. The moment MBL on 38 Vills is clicked up to the castle age, though. So MBL will be up to the castle age first. The Viper will not be terribly far behind, and Viper has to be happy about the villager advantage that he has. Has a really, really bad map, and the fact that he's ahead in Vills is really impressive to me. So we are watching Viper v MBL, the Norwegians, the 2 top Norwegian players, maybe the 2 top players of any country are squaring off here. Viper with a bad map, MBL with what I thought was a great map, but in the end, the Viper creeped in with some towers, and he has MBL in a precarious position. MBL is going to be up to castle quite a bit sooner than the Viper. You can see Viper is just slowly building up the food. He does have a lot of villagers that are on the front building towers and not working. But in the end, he will send 2 of those all the way back across the map with a few men-at-arms and maybe turtle up a little bit here. Maybe he knows the writing is on the wall that MBL is clicked up. I don't know. But yeah, MBL is about halfway to the castle age. Will be there soon. Can certainly push back this tower rush pretty quickly. What does MBL have? He still has double archery range for the moment. Not exactly what you want to kill towers, but we'll see. You'll probably see a siege workshop right away. I don't know. Why am I speculating? This game is happening live. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. We are doing this on Killer B AOC channel, but if you're watching on YouTube, you can find us there. Come hang out, come say hi, or come say, I hate you, Killer B. That's fine too. That's kind of fun. Every once in a while, somebody's got to come in and heckle. Looks like arrow fire there is going to deter Viper from finishing his next tower in the creep, but he's done a really good job to idle or to stop MBL from building a whole lot of farmland. MBL's market is going to be useful in this game, though. Can continue to adjust the economy even though the Viper has taken away some of his resources. MBL is up to the castle age, and let's see. For the moment, I don't see too much action. Has archers on the front working their way around the horn. We'll go crossbowmen. We'll have a few minute advantage on the Viper, but at least for now, we do not see the siege workshop. Not just yet. Bodkin arrow coming as well, so he's going to beef up those archers. And it looks like he's going to go forward. Why not? He knows that the Viper back home probably doesn't have a whole lot going on. He's going to be towering up, I suppose. But as far as units, Viper has nothing to take on crossbows. Double stables, though, in the back, and scale barding armor coming from the Viper. So he's going to make a play here in a few minutes when he gets to castle, and maybe he can take over the game. I don't know. He's making a calculated risk here, but MBL will be forward before the Viper is ready. He's going to clean up these men-at-arms. Viper seems to be happily running those men-at-arms into the crossbows, maybe just trying to delay MBL. Every second counts in this game, I suppose. MBL is now going to find that Viper has towered up his area. Viper very nicely towering in series here. Probably predicted that MBL would go straight for the gold, go for the gold in Barcelona, right? And MBL is going to be deterred because the Viper has double towers there. Viper's going to quickly try to wall under this tower, which he'll get enough HP on to push MBL around. And MBL is going to end up walking these archers all the way through a labyrinth of death. Viper with a really nice defensive tower arrangement, and MBL is going to lose all of his crossbows for free. Viper saying that Tim taught him that one. Nice. So Viper is now in the castle age at the moment. Oh, thanks very much, Sinkin, for the donation. Spread the love. Good luck to Salty. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Sinkin. That's very nice of you. We will see knights coming out of 2 stables here for the Viper, and he will be coming forward with more vills, at least for the moment, but they're going to get pincered. MBL's got the perfect trap here. Crossbows on every single side, and all those villagers are as good as dead. So MBL going with crossbows, Viper is going to go with knights. The question is, how many knights will the Viper have? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck? He's going to send 2 forward right away. I wondered if he would mass them up just for a second. But he's going to send them right away forward and build a TC on his own side. MBL will drop a TC as well. Similar TC positions on the back on gold. Viper's towers are still annoying. Excuse me. MBL is trying to get in, and he grabs a few vills there from the Viper. At the moment, the villager count is a dead heat. The question of the day is, will Viper's knights here be enough? He's going to take on these crossbows. I'm not sure. I am sure why, because he's going to win the fight. But he's not vulnerable at all on this side. So maybe clean up these archers, these crossbows, and go forward. We'll see. Why speculate? We're going to see very soon. Viper's towers are still, for the most part, up and are doing a really nice job on MBL's economy. Has taken away this entire wood line. Has taken away half of this wood line, and right now MBL is fully invested in really what is maybe 15 trees. He has about 15 trees left. I don't know. I don't know, guys, but Viper is coming forward with those knights. Those are now bloodline with +1 defense. And it looks like they will find some juicy pickings on the other side. MBL still has not closed in over here. Viper can run right through and probably idle, yeah, pretty much the bulk of this economy, at least for a minute. We'll see what he does. 5 knights from the Viper, all on relatively high HP. He's got the lowest HP one almost in the back. I suppose that's pretty cool. He's going to hang for a moment in MBL's blind spot and wait. We'll see what he's waiting for. Maybe he's waiting for MBL's army to leave. I don't know. Viper, for the moment, is going to wait. He's going to drop another TC. He will now be on 1, 2, 3 TCs. MBL is on 1, 2 TCs. Man, the Viper looks good. He looks really good. I mean, MBL is on fire lately, playing incredible. The Viper here, though, seems to have his number. Seems to be squeezing him. At the moment, it is 50 vills, pretty much dead even for both players. Viper is, he still has those towers in there. He's still annoying. He could actually hit MBL's villagers from here. I'm not sure why he's tasked on killing these houses, but he's killing the houses, killing the crap out of that house. Got the knights camped in the back. Must be waiting for MBL to push out. I don't know. Can't think of any other reason. What's the Viper building on his own side? Looks like for the moment, yeah, still knights. Still pumping knights out 2 by 2. Noah's Ark style. Viper is, what is he? Yeah, he's just still waiting on those towers on the front. All right, I see some action. Somehow these crossbows walk out and the Viper walks in. Must be map hacking. I don't know. Must have Fog of War off. I don't know. But Viper's going to run in here just in time. He is going to grab some vills, but for the most part, this is a fight that is about idling the economy of MBL. He'll grab this knight, that monk down for free. That monk did get a conversion, but in the end died. And the knights are now in from the Viper. They are everywhere. They are spreading throughout the economy of MBL. MBL is committed to heading forward, which I think is his only move. He needs to get something done offensively because these knights have done their damage. They're about cleaned up. And in the end, they will have done their job very well. 2 more coming in from the Viper, but I think he needs to mass up a few more than that. MBL defended that okay, but he certainly got the worst end of it. He needs to get something done with these crossbows, or else it's going to spell doom for him. Forward with crossbows, going to grab a Vill and maybe a second. For the moment, she's dodging. Yep. He will grab 2 Vills there on the front. Viper will have a Mangonel to defend very soon. But yeah, for the moment, I mean, it seems like the Viper's in a good spot. MBL is going to drop a defensive castle here, which is kind of nice if he can get it up. He will get that castle up and probably start pushing these towers back. So he's not going to build rams. He's not going to build knights to kill the towers. He's going to build a castle of his own. Okay, so for the moment, those crossbows from MBL are idle on the front. They're just taking on a house really intensely. Doesn't have a lot of area to hit. The Viper is very crossbow proof. His eco is very, very stable. Tons of towers in series with town centers, and here we go. One big shot there. MBL's going to split. He's going to do a good job to avoid the second shot. He will kill the mangonel, so nice micro there from MBL. He's going to take on these knights and probably grab a few of them down, but it doesn't look like he's doing terribly well. +2/+1 on the bows, +2 defense there for the knights. So I think eventually the Viper will be happy with cleaning up the bulk of this army. So on the other side, what do we see for the moment? That castle, the castle is up. It's going to start tearing down Viper's towers very quickly. The knights did win out on this side for the Viper, and there is the GG from MBL. So holy cow, people. The Viper comes back from a long hiatus, and he's on fire. He must have been warming up earlier today. He's playing incredibly nicely. Very, very nice game from the Viper. Had a really bad map and got aggressive and got the win. There you have it.